Hello again, I'm Nick and you're joining me on my 22nd day of the Alevere Rapid Weight Loss Programme. Now, I set out to lose 2.5 stone on this programme. I'm 39 years old, I'm 6'2", and I used to, at the start of this programme, I was 16 stone. By the time I officially started, I was a little bit lower than that. Don't know why, I hadn't been dieting, not much though. But to give you the science, I'm at the start of week 4. So it's been 21 days on the diet, and in the last 7 days, I have lost 4.6 pounds. I'm absolutely delighted because that brings my total weight loss in 3 weeks to 1 stone, 1.5 pounds. I now weigh 14 stone, 8.1 pounds. I'm absolutely delighted. The lowest I've ever been with any diet is 14 stone 4 in the last 20 years. So I'm getting really close to new records for me here. In the last 7 days, I've lost 2.5 centimetres off my tummy. That brings my total inch weight loss around my tummy to 3 inches so far in 3 weeks. 3 centimetres off my chest in the last week. That's 5 centimetres, 2 inches across my chest so far. The weight's falling off where I wanted it to fall off. So I'm really, really happy. Has this week been easy? It has been easy. Yeah, sure, the further along you get in the diet, the more you want variety, and I'm going to show you my strawberry pancake idea in a minute. Well, it's not an idea, I'm sure loads of people have done it. But the further you get along, the more variety you want in your diet. And I had a weekend with friends this weekend where I ended up where they were all having a carvery in a restaurant and I was just sitting at the end with a glass of water. I felt a bit sorry for myself, to be honest. Yeah, that's tough, no question about it, but hey, you know, the results are there and I managed to stick to it. I'm never hungry, I'm sleeping okay. Oh, one thing I will show you though, check this out. I've got quite a full head of hair, yeah, no problem, but it's just starting. Like, they do say this with ketosis. My hair is thinning. I mean, you know, I've always been a big guy, but I've always had my hair. I know not everyone has their hair as they approach 40, but, you know, I was pretty disappointed to see that. But I researched it the moment I detected it, and if you're in ketosis, your hair does not regrow, and you naturally lose hair all the time. It is a temporary state. I have been double assured that in my medical review today with the doctor, the Alevere doctor, who's basically said within weeks you'll start to see it regrow anyway as you go further along into the diet. You know, week 4 plus, some people it can be week 6, but then your body gets used to this state and your hair starts to regrow. So fingers crossed on that. I don't want too much more to fall out if I can help it. The other thing I was going to say this week is that the total cost so far, I have spent to date, and it is my 22nd day, so I had my treatments today for week 4. I've spent just over 1,500 quid. So that's quite an eye-opener. That's basically in 22 days, 1,500 quid. My quote for my total weight loss was £2,200. So it just goes to show if you invest in this diet, if you're going to go for it, expect a lot of upfront cost compared to the long-term cost. Because once you're on it, you know, you're looking at I think my actual bill for today was 187 quid for, you know, a couple of boxes of sachets to top me up and my treatments, but normally it would be more than that because you've got to average about 5 boxes a week. They're £18.95 a box. Anyway, I don't want to bore you with that too much. And I've had some extras along the way. So really, by day 22, you should be looking as a bare minimum to be spending £1,400. I've paid for some extra ultrasound to really get things going. And I've bought things like Fibre Boost. I mentioned this last week because, and this was 29 quid, purely because I wasn't going to the loo regularly enough, and I know that can affect weight loss. So if you're getting any problems like that, you can phone them. The doctor just came in. I see the doctor most weeks anyway. She's absolutely brilliant. So no complaints then. She'll give me little tips and advice as I go. The other thing I'm going to show you, this is something I've done off my own back and shocked the doctor. She said, I've never heard of this before. Look at these. Ketone test strips. Now, I'm probably going too far with this, but there are days when I do feel very tired, yeah, and I feel quite kind of spaced out. To be honest, it's 5:30 today when I'm doing this. I normally do it much earlier. I do feel a bit kind of, you know, spaced out. I'm due a sachet, shall we say. I think it was 3 hours since the last one. These are little sticks. There's no way of dressing this up. You hold this in your stream of wee, basically, yeah? And it will change a colour, and it will tell you if you are in a ketosis state. So you get like a blank one, and my wife tried it just to check that they really do work, and she was nothing, and I was, yeah, somewhere in the middle of that chart. So my body is converting my fat stores into energy, which is why I'm able to function. So I just thought, for £6, you can get them on Amazon. They were delivered the next day on Amazon Prime. £6. You know, in the grand scheme, it's nothing. And it's just quite interesting to see that you genuinely are in ketosis. If you do get those, though, I will tell you, there are some parts of the day when you'll get a blank reading, nothing. But then it's towards the end of the day. That's obviously when the ketones kick in and you've run out of those energy stores from breakfast or whatever. So it's quite interesting. The other thing I'd say is get yourself a scouring sponge or some scouring gloves. And the reason for that is they're only £1 each in Sainsbury's. And not that this is sponsored by Sainsbury's. And they're brilliant because you can rough them all over your skin when you're having a shower in the morning. It gets rid of the moisturiser you put on the day before, and you are meant to moisturise from top to toe every single day on this diet to complement the therapies, the LPG and the ultrasound every week. It just helps with skin elasticity, obviously. Yeah, so they're really good. Really recommend it. Get a nice shower gel, and it just leaves your skin feeling tingly and really clean. And I guess, you know, a bit like the LPG, which is all to do with stressing the skin and helping regrowth, that can only do the same thing, right? Scouring your skin. I mean, I'm not, you know, I'm obviously talking with a proper cosmetic glove, but for £1, I think they're really good. And then this stuff, weird for a guy to be doing this, isn't it, really? Q10, Nivea Q10 Firming. I bought this stuff. I think it was like, you got like £2 a bottle back in Tesco vouchers or something, so I ordered a load of it, and I get through a bottle every 2 weeks like this, a 400ml bottle. It's really good. It's made my skin like really smooth, and I'm taking photos every week, which I've said I'll show you at the end of this diet, and I can genuinely see my skin looks better, and I'm now actually really seeing the weight loss. I mean, in my face I can see it. From a side profile, I don't know if you can see, I never had this line. I had just like bagginess. So it's shrinking back. So that works. Other little tip I think is worth mentioning is I was using like normal paste-on deodorant, you know, the Mitchum stuff, or a stick deodorant. I found this stuff, which is, and the problem with that is if you're scouring or you're using these sponges, it's really hard to wash that stuff off. It's obviously really thick, good deodorant. And then I found this stuff, which is like a 24-hour mineral protective, aluminium-free, paraben-free, alcohol-free. That washes off with water. So it just makes like the whole process a lot easier. I'm just trying to give you little tips that I'm doing. Okay, photo time. Only a couple this week. The first is my box system. So you've got loads of sachets on this diet. I struggled with like a tub of boxes and sorting through them. It was just a nightmare. This system, you can stack them. You can write on the lid how many millilitres of water you need for each sachet. You can check the stock really easily and know what you need to reorder each week. And it's as easy as open the door, what do you fancy, grab it, you've got that selection, and it's really good. The other one I'm going to show you, and this has changed my life. This is my lunch every day at the moment. It is fresh strawberry pancakes. Look at them. I make these in a frying pan with 1 cow spray, 25 sprays to 1 teaspoon. So I pour in the mixture. I think you mix this up with 90 ml of water. And I do one side, flip the pancake, then I slice 50 grams of strawberries on the other side, which warms the strawberries from the fridge. They taste more summery, and well, strawberries which are warmer, as you probably know, just taste a hell of a lot better. Then I get it onto a plate and sprinkle it with this stuff. This is Canderel Sugarly, and it is like a granulated sweetener. exactly the same texture and bite of sugar, and I tell you, I would eat these off diet. These pancakes are absolutely awesome. They're really, really good. So anyway, that's enough from me this week. I know I ramble on. So just a few more stats. When I started this diet, my body fat percentage was 28.6. Today it was measured at 25.3. So in 3 weeks, 3.3% fat gone. 1 stone, 1.5 pounds gone. I've still got a stone and 1 pound to go, which means I am right in the middle of my weight loss goal today, which is delightful. So thanks again ever so much for watching. I'll be back next week and I'll give you any more tips I can along the way. And if you're on this journey too, good luck to you. Stick with it. It's worth it. Oh dear, I think it's time I have my sachet. See you next week. Cheers.